Meg. What's up? What's poppin'? Welcome to the podcast. Everyone experiences winter differently based off where they live. Some people experience snow, ice, and extremely cold temperatures. Other people are lucky and only experience a slight drop in temperature and darkened days. So let's talk about winter as a kid versus an adult, because let me tell you, it is so different. And the first thing we're going to talk about is snow. So as a kid, most of us like snow because, there was snow days. You could play in the snow, you can go sledding, you can go snow tubing, you didn't have to shovel. It was so nice. You could build snowmen. You could just have so much fun in the snow. You could make imaginary snow cones, but you don't eat the yellow snow. It was a common rule. Everyone knew that. But as an adult, you now have to shovel. You know how heavy snow is? It looks like it's going to be light, but no, it is so heavy and so annoying. You can slip and fall, which yeah, you can slip and fall as a kid, but you kind of just get back up. But when you slip and fall in snow as an adult, there is no getting back up. I slid on ice and my foot is still messed up. It's been 3 years. Make it make sense. It don't. This is the one thing I hate about snow now. As a kid, I used to love it. But now that I'm an adult, I have a car. So you know what that means? I have to clean my car off for the snow before I can drive it. Because if I leave too much snow on the top, you can get a ticket for it because it's a hazard, all this and that, right? But I have to clean my car off. It's so annoying. It's so much work. I hate it. But I mentioned snow days as part of being a kid and adult. As a kid, you were excited. You didn't have school. Before COVID, if you had a snow day, you didn't have to jump on a Zoom call. You didn't have school. You didn't have work. There's nothing your teacher could do. But nowadays with COVID, sometimes they still have to do their work because their teacher just emails them out and be like, hey, hop on the Zoom call or do this. It's crazy. I feel bad for kids these days for that one reason. But as an adult, some places have snow days. There's been days where my job has shut down early or just hasn't opened at all or opened later because of the snow. But it's not as common. It's not as often. It's very sad. And I think I still get paid for snow days. I don't know, it's something weird. There's a weird rule, but I never understand it. But even on your snow days, as a kid, you could do whatever. You could stay in all day. You could play. But as an adult, you gotta shovel. You gotta clean. You can't stay inside. You gotta do things still. You can't just curl up on the couch with a book under a blanket with some hot chocolate and just read. You gotta do things. It's annoying. What else is annoying about snow? Is driving in it. As a kid, it'd be so fun. When the car slid as a kid, you weren't scared. You were like, wow, roller coaster ride. This is great. As an adult, I always like to get my first slide out of the season. Once I get the first slide out of my system, I'm fine the rest of the year. I can pull it together. I can figure it out. But before that first slide, it is terrifying. Even after the first slide, it's still terrifying. Especially if people in your car with you. I don't know what's worse. Sliding on the snow or sliding on the black ice. But it's not fun. Driving in the snow is not fun. You can't see. You gotta have your windshield wipers going really fast and then it builds up and then it's just so much snow. It's a big no. It is a no. There's a big no in the middle of it. There's an S, no, W. It understands it. No one likes it. But what comes along with the winter, besides snow, because I don't want to skirt. I did a whole podcast episode on snow. You should all go check it out. I don't remember what it is. So editing Meg's gonna come in here and tell us what episode that was. But it was probably during the beginning half of me podcasting. So the audio quality probably wasn't that good because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like I put it somewhat together. But yeah, I did a whole podcast episode on snow and how much I dislike it. Hey, what's up? It's Editing Meg, and the episode on snow is from Season 2, Episode 5, but beware, that is my early staging of podcasting, so it's not the greatest quality, just a heads up. But besides snow, there's also just the colds. The winter times, the days get darker and it gets cold, a lot colder. But as a kid, you were always bundled up. You were always dressed warm because your mom or dad or parent or guardian would always dress you up warm. They knew how to dress you for the cold. But as an adult, I swear, I may have lived in New England my whole life, but I still don't know how to dress for the cold. I'll put layers on and I'm still cold. I don't get it. And I swear, dry skin was never a problem for me growing up. I never had dry skin growing up. But now with the cold, my hands crack so badly. And I don't know if it's from the cold. I don't know if it's because I work at a clothing store. And I swear, it happens every winter to me. I think there's a fabric or a dye or something that my skin does not like because my hands get so dry and gross looking that they burn. It's horrible. I hate it. And I lotion. It's not like I don't lotion. I lotion a lot all the time. I have so much lotion all the time. And it still doesn't help. My under eyes get dry. My hair gets dry. This never happened to me as a kid. I don't know what happened. As a kid, even though I was cold all the time, I never got dry skin from it. But as an adult, your attitude changes. I've noticed in the colds. You get more mad. You get more mean. When you're a kid, you get a little cranky, but you're not as much of a Scrooge. You know what I mean? When you're an adult and you're cold, you don't want to do anything. You're just annoyed. You're oh, I hate this. I hate that. At least that's how I am. but I'm always a cold person, especially when I come back from my lunch break. I'm always freezing on the floor, but that's like all year round. I do that. There are some fun activities that happen in the winter as a kid versus an adult. Like we mentioned before, ice tubing, sledding. I love that. I would do that now. There's like places you can go that you can do that, but like none of my friends' schedules ever line up with mine, so we never go. But something that happens a lot in the winter is ice skating. As a kid, it's kind of fun. It's terrifying. I used to hate ice skating because I would be so scared I was going to fall and break my wrist. But, as a kid, no one's really judging you because you're a kid. You're expected to fall. You're expected to get hurt. It's kind of fun, and you're not sore the next day. You can go like with your little milk carton crate and push it around the rink, and no one judges you. But if you're an adult, you have that little milk carton crate, everyone's judging you. Like they're laughing at you. You fall, you're getting laughed at. You're getting a TikTok posted, an Instagram posted, like it's going viral. It's not as fun if you don't know how to skate and you go ice skating as an adult. But the worst thing about ice skating when you're an adult versus a kid is the next day you wake up so sore. You can't move. There's like muscles that you didn't even know existed that are hurting. And it's always so cold. It's always so cold. So it has to be cold because the ice will melt if it's not cold. But like even if you layer up, you're still cold because you don't know what you're doing. But people who do know what they're doing, I heard they get really warm, which is why they like only wear like light clothing because they're like sweating. But speaking of cold, I forgot to mention this before. I don't know if this is just like a New England thing, if this happens anywhere else where it gets cold. But there were days when I would be in school where we wouldn't just have a snow day, we'd have a cold day where it would be too cold for kids to walk to school, so they would just cancel it. Or like optional. They were optional sometimes. I would always go in because I thought it was the best thing ever because there'd be no one in the hallways, no one in classes. You never did work because your teacher were like, there's 3 of you in a class of 25. I'm not teaching because I'm going to have to reteach the whole lesson again tomorrow. So what do you want to do? You want to watch a movie? You want to play a game? It was so fun. I loved cold days. I would always go in. I would just like bundle up in like sweatpants and like hoodies and leggings under my sweatpants, like fuzzy socks, boots. It was great. I used to love cold days. But there are some things that do remain fun as a kid to when you become an adult in the winter. Just to name a few. The first snowfall, even though we talked about snow and how much it sucks, the first snowfall is pretty. It's nice. It looks nice on the trees. It's pretty. You'll take a few pictures, and then all of a sudden it gets gross and disgusting from all the cars driving through, from the animals peeing on it. I really don't like snow. I think I've made this very clear. But some things that do remain fun, is hot chocolate. We all like a nice cup of hot chocolate in the wintertime. It's very fun. Which I got a question about this. We're on a skirt for a minute because I was thinking about this earlier before I recorded the podcast. Why is it we only like to drink hot chocolate when it's cold out? Yet, most people will drink hot coffee all year round. Like, make it make sense. I didn't realize that. Like, my mom always makes coffee in the morning, like a pot of it to have for work, and I'll usually drink it, hot coffee, all year round, every day of the week, every month, including in the summer. When it's like hot out, I will still drink a cup of hot coffee. But I don't do that with hot chocolate. Like, I don't drink hot chocolate in the summertime, springtime. Like, the minute March rolls around, I kind of stop drinking it, and I don't start back up until, like, September, October. Even then, sometimes it's a little too early. But why is it like that? I never understood. Drinking hot coffee all year round also reminds me of when people drink iced coffee all year round, and I heard this is more of, like, a New England thing, but it could be negative 20 degrees out, and I will have a Dunk's iced coffee in my hand. No questions about it. Like, why are we like this as a society? I don't get it, but I could do a whole podcast episode on coffee. So, if you want to hear a podcast episode about coffee, let me know. DM me, tweet me if you want to reach me. But I don't want to skirt too much anymore, so let's go back to what we were actually talking about, which are things that remain fun, which are cozy, warm socks and outfits. We all love a good sweatshirt. We all love a good sweatpants. And if you don't, I'm kind of concerned for you. Like, who doesn't like that? Like, fuzzy socks, go to. I love fuzzy socks. I love a nice sweatpant, hoodie, fuzzy sock combo, nice slippers with the furs in it, the moccasins. They're great. So, even though we grow up, some things about winter remain fun, and some things about winter don't remain fun. So, the next time that winter rolls around and you experience a snowstorm or a temperature drop or something else that's just happening in the winter, just know, at one point, you might have thought it was great, might have thought it was fun, but now that you're an adult, you probably have a completely different opinion on it, and that's okay. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Hey Guys, it's Meg. You can follow Hey Guys, it's Meg _podcast on Instagram for updates and good times. Come back next Monday where we talk all about lullabies and the dark history behind some of them. I'll see you on the flip side. Peace out, Girl Scouts.